Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at FrenchieStamps.com in the US. Today I'm going to share a simple card made with the Poinsettia petal, and it's kind of very vintage. Today we're going to do it in the blues. I'm thinking we can use that flower for other occasion than Christmas. We're going to use designer series paper. This comes from In Good Taste. It's still the one that I'm going to use, In Good Taste, but I'm sharing the pattern here. We're going to use the brick wall this time. So let me share how I done this. So we're going to cut all our petal at once. I'm using a piece of I'm using the Misty Moonlight. This measure 5.5 by 8.5 is just a quarter sheet. We're putting right on our plate. So I got my number 1, number 2, and a number 3. We're going to put that there. And the dies, it got a lot of dies, 18 dies. So you got the outline, so you can stamp if you want and cut just the flowers, or you can cut and emboss at the same time. So we're going to use all the flowers for this. The raised part going to go down. When you're going to put it on your plate, make sure that the dies don't overlap. So we can do it both at the same time. The trick is to make sure none of them going to overlap, because what's going to happen if they overlap, you're going to bend your die. Also, you can even go at the extent of breaking your die. So you don't want nothing to overlap. If you get the magnetic platform, this would work lovely with that. I don't even need the full sheet, the half sheet, maybe less than that. I just cut that. Here we go. That's about how much. I can push them more together, but I rather have a bigger space in between. Make sure they don't overlap. We get 2 of the center one there. Now, I love to take my plate and not just put it down. When I put it straight down, it seems I move them. I like to go under and then come, oops, move there, come down on it. Now, when you're going to start in your machine, you don't see really my hand here. I squeeze the plate together till it engaged. So then I know my die will not move. After it's engaged, it's good to go. Et voila. Now let me remove this here. And I cut in the blue, I cut the leaves in Seaside spray. So let me just remove all this. I just need the flowers here. Here we go. And I would sponge them. I think sponging the tip of it, let me just remove this. Sponging the tip of them make a difference. It's not you have to, but it make it even better. So let me sponge. I'm using the same color, so it's tone on tone. So what I just went ahead and did the tips. So you think that's going to take a long time, but really it don't take much time. So I would do all those tips, and it's better if you do it before you assemble, because after you assemble they overlap a bit together. So let me just do this very quick here. I could have prepped some, but I thought let's just do it very quick here. Also, this is offered in a bundle. So when you buy a bundle, you have to make sure you enter the number of the bundle, and then you're going to get 10% discount on the bundle. If you enter the number for the dies and the number for the stamp set, that the computer don't catch that as a bundle. So make sure that you enter the bundle number. I will have all the supplies lists on my blog at FrenchieStamps.com, and you can click shop now. You're going to have the direct link to shop. Now for the card base, I want to make sure I don't have no inky finger here. I use 11 long, so it's cut on the long way by 4 1/4. My designer series paper, I cut it that it's going to cover the entire front of the card, and that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. When it's a full sheet to cover the front of the card, I like to use Tombow glue, liquid glue. And the reason why I like to use this, it's because I can maneuver it if it's not right straight. I like to go straight at the bottom here. Et voila. Now I'm going to turn it. And that should be all straight. So I'm going to open it up. And sometimes we didn't cut just right, so then you can see on the side. Like right here, I got just a little sliver. You don't even really see it. Here we go. So now we're going to build a flower. And I am not using any dimensional. I'm looking to make sure no dimensional. Also, I thought to use silver, but I use champagne. And all those bits and pieces that I'm using, it's all part of our die. Now I get a mess here, so I use this one. This one here, it's for the, like if you cut from the paper, the vellum paper, you can cut out of that, or also if you stamp this here, you can cut this. This one, it's the tiny one, that's the one I use. For the inside, the full one, I did it in early espresso, and the one with the holes, I did it with the champagne. So let's build this, and really it's very simple to build. I like to curl my leaves a little bit, so when you curl them, make sure you hold the petal at the bottom so you don't rip them apart. So I just curl them just a little bit. It's going to go in the mail. It's going to flat a little bit, but it still give a little bit of depth, and that's what I love about that. So for this flower, I'm using all the 3 size, plus for the center, I use 2 of the small ones. So really, it's 4 size of those petals here. Now, I use glue dot. You can use whatever that you get handy. You can use Tombow glue or so on. I just find that glue dots go very quick. Oops, wrong one to start with. It's go very quick, and not only that, but for a video, I think that saved me some time. And then I just overlap them. See, I go and overlap them. And then this one. You can even put more layers. You can do 2 of each. That would make a very, very thick flower. It's no right and wrong when it comes to paper crafting. Trust me. You just get your imagination going and go with it. Here we go. Now for the center though, I'm going to use Tombow glue. It's because of all those little holes there. See how pretty that is? See, now it don't look like a poinsettia. It could be a birthday card. It can be whatever. So this one here, let me bring, so this is the early espresso, and this is the champagne. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue, and I mean very little, because if you put too much, it's going to ooze in the holes. I just got a tiny little bit, and then I'm going to put this at the top. So now we get kind of that, oops. I think that, here we go. You want to have enough to glue though. Here we go. Now we're going to take a glue dots again. Oops, I got one here. And put that in my center. Now the leaves, I did the same thing. I just cut them just like the petal, and this is in Seaside Spray. So the flower, it's in Misty, Moonlight, and Seaside Spray. I like to fold it a bit in half, and then fold this back in right in the center there. And then we're going to take those two pointy points. You're going to see the way that, I call that the vein of the leaves. You're going to see which side they're going to go. I'm going to put two glue dots here. Oops, I want, you know what? I want the smaller one at the top. Just preference, okay? And I'm going to overlap them, but overlap diagonal. Now we're going to take our flower. I like to put the flower first, and then we're going to build under the flower. So I'm going to put, it's always the side that seems to look better. Here we go. I'm putting a little bit more to the left just because I want space for my leaves. Now we're going to take our leaves. We're going to put the leaf first. Second. Here we go. Now we're going to take our little berries that I call, and I just go right under the side one there and make sure. Here we go. Now I'm going to slide it under. Here we go. We got one. We're going to do another one, and then I just slide it there. And then the third one. Oh, this is so pretty. So pretty. You could always put a little bit more glue, but I like it that they lift. When if you leave it that way, just make sure when you put it in your envelope that you don't go too fast. Best way to put in an envelope, when you get a pop-up flowers like that, let me share this little tip with you. It's take another piece of cardstock, put it at the top, and also that's going to protect it in the mail, and then you can slide it very easy. And I don't think this is going to need extra postage. To make sure, check with your postmaster. But from experience here, I don't think so. And see, it's going to get flat a little bit, but it's still very pronounced. I am not putting, right now this really looks like the holly leaves though. I could put the Merry Christmas, absolutely. Or I can leave it plain and do something else, another greeting. Now for the inside, I'm going to use this one here. So it would be the medium size. So we got the large, the medium, the small one in this, the small one. We're going to take this, and I'm going to do it with Seaside Spray. This is in, well, you know what? I think we're going to use it in Misty Moonlight. Now I'm going to take my inside. I'm going to go at the top here. I'm going to stamp once, lift it up, and twist it, and stamp again. Voila! Is that cool? So that is it to this card. I will have all measurement and all the supplies, like mentioned, on my blog. So right below, you're going to have the direct link to my blog. If you like this, give me the thumbs up. And also you can subscribe to my channel right below there. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. Bye-bye for now.